We're at the Hofburg Palace, the seat of Austrian power, the seat of the House of Habsburg, dating back to the 13th century. This is a remarkable complex from 1440 until the end of the Holy Roman Empire in 1806. It was also the seat of power of the Holy Roman Empire. And fittingly, as the seat of the Holy Roman Empire, was built on the foundations of the Roman Empire itself. We should remember that Vienna was on the borderland, on the Danube, the northern border or the limes of the Roman Empire in ancient times. And the Holy Roman Empire, of course, built symbolically, but also physically upon the base of the Roman Empire. The Habsburgs were at the seat of power of Austria from the end of the 13th century until 1918, with the end of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. And that remarkable expanse of time, more than 600 years of rule, is virtually unrivaled in history. If one thinks about the powerful families of history, the Julia family that gave us Julius Caesar and Augustus, or the family of Alexander the Great, or the Bourbons of France and Spain and Sicily, and the few other great families, Genghis Khan and his descendants in the Mongol Empire. There are few, if any, that rival the expanse of time and power of the Habsburgs. They could rightly be called the most powerful family in human history, because for hundreds of years they not only ruled over large parts of Europe, but from the early 16th century ruled over large parts of the world, in the Americas and in Asia as well. So it's an absolutely extraordinary story of the Habsburgs, and one worth knowing and understanding. The Habsburgs themselves originated in what is present-day Switzerland, quite a ways away from where we are in Vienna. In the 12th century, the seventh descendant of the founder of the Habsburgs in Switzerland had become king in Germany, with the title, strangely for us, King of the Romans, which was the title that the German kings gave themselves. And Rudolf, as King of the Romans, became the first Habsburg to hold the position of Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. And as this powerful monarch, he bestowed the dukedoms of present-day Austria to his sons, including what would become the center of power here in Vienna for all of Austria. So from the late 13th century, the Habsburgs ruled in Vienna in this seat of power. By 1440, the Habsburgs were not only the dukes of Austria, but by 1440 held what would become essentially a permanent position, the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, from 1440 until the end of the Holy Roman Empire in 1806. The House of Habsburg held that position. Now, one of the remarkable facts and feats of the Habsburgs was strategic marriages. They were always finding where to marry and who to marry, but also with a lot of intermarriages within the family, so the genes really got intrafamilial as well. But the strategic marriages enabled remarkable expansions of the domains of Habsburg rule. Probably the most remarkable of these strategic marriages was the marriage of the son of Maximilian to the Queen of Castile at the end of the 15th century. Suddenly the Habsburgs were rulers not only of the Holy Roman Empire and the German lands, but with the son of this marriage, Charles, became rulers over Spain, and ruling over Spain, also ruling over Spain's new imperial possessions in the New World and in Asia. So by the early 1500s, Charles V of the House of Habsburg was perhaps rightly named as the first world ruler, because Charles V commanded the Habsburg domains across Europe, which extended from the Iberian Peninsula to parts of Italy, to the German lands and the Holy Roman Empire, to the Low Countries, the Netherlands, the vast expanses in Europe, but also the new lands of New Spain in the Americas. And the world, for the first time, was under one emperor who truly could say that the sun never set on his empire, Charles V of the Habsburgs. Now, this expanse was so vast that what happened to the Habsburgs actually reflected what had happened to the Roman Empire a millennium before. And that was when the Roman Empire became so vast, it had to be divided in rule between the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire. And of course, when the Western Roman Empire fell to the German invasions in 476, the Eastern Roman Empire continued for another millennium. Well, the Habsburgs, in the same way, ended up dividing the vast expanse within the family. When you rule the world, what do? Well, until Charles V, we wouldn't have a practical example to find out, but we did learn when Charles V effectively was the first worldwide emperor. What did he do? In 1556, he abdicated. He said, this is enough for me. He was probably emotionally, physically exhausted. He retreated to a monastery. He divided the vast Habsburg kingdom into the Spanish Habsburgs, with his son Philip II ruling over the Spanish domains and the Spanish holdings of the New World, and the Austrian Habsburgs continuing to rule in the German lands and continuing to serve as the Holy Roman Emperors. And in 1700, the last of the Spanish Habsburgs, Charles II of Spain, died without a male heir, and there ensued the War of Spanish Succession, and the Habsburgs lost out in the competition to the Bourbons, who assumed the throne of Spain. In Austria, the same circumstance arose in 1740 with the death of Emperor Charles VI and no male heir. But his daughter, Maria Theresa, fought for her continued rights. There was the War of Austrian Succession. Would Maria Theresa become the Empress of the Holy Roman Empire? In the end, the Habsburgs maintained their power, and Maria Theresa remained as Empress, marrying Francis of Lorraine, who became the Holy Roman Emperor, with Maria Theresa remaining as Empress and effectively ruling Austria and the Holy Roman Empire until her son, Joseph II, became Holy Roman Emperor upon the death of his mother. Joseph II is known to us as one of the great emperors of the Holy Roman Empire because of his Enlightenment reforms, which brought a tremendous modernization to the House of Habsburg and to the Holy Roman Empire. Well, Napoleon had other designs, and in the Napoleonic Wars and his invasions of the Habsburg lands, he forced the Habsburgs to end the Holy Roman Empire itself. At the end of the Holy Roman Empire, the Habsburgs continued not as emperors of the Holy Roman Empire, but as the new emperors of the Austrian Empire.